let's talk about the Sequel Quick Kit. This is absolutely my favorite kit, most favorite kit that Govee has ever brought forward to us. And it's because of what's in it for the price point. First of all, you have our duo drops, our hero products called GoViva and GoVital. These are completely water soluble, completely 100% absorbable by the human body. Never, ever, ever can we say this about nutraceutical products, about absorption, but with the technology from Swiss Pharmaceuticals that is exclusive to Govee, we can, through 17 clinical trials and peer-reviewed white papers. So if we start with GoViva, this is your cell rebuilder. Mitochondria is the engine that fires and makes cells do the work that they're supposed to do. But as we age, the mitochondria don't function as they used to. They get run down, kind of like an engine in a car that needs an oil change. And so we are supposed to constantly rebuild and recycle material that builds mitochondria. But as we get older, we don't. And so cells slow down and we experience aging. But introduce the ingredient in here, which is called spermidine. And this is truly the building cleanup crew of everything in the body. It's going to go after all the damaged cell organelles, specifically the mitochondria, and it's going to perform autophagy or mitophagy, where it breaks down those damaged pieces. It will reuse and recycle what it can and keep that, and it will cast aside what it can't. And from those building blocks, those amino acids, it rebuilds the proteins that we need to have healthy cells everywhere in our body. What you can expect with GoViva is thicker, longer hair, better, more youthful skin, fewer wrinkles, more elasticity, longer nails. You can expect better brain function. In fact, spermidine is used in clinical studies with helping against cognitive decline. It also improves insulin sensitivity. So you may be a person that actually experiences a healthier weight because of this product. The next thing you want to do is take the product GoVital, which is its partner product. This is a very high antioxidant load of curcumin and frankincense and vitamin C. Now it's very, very difficult for the body to absorb frankincense and curcumin, but this absorption starts happening in the mouth. Because of the micelle technology, we don't have to wait for it to be processed through the stomach and go through the digestive system. This is going to start dispersing to all the cells in the body the moment it hits your tongue. It's very quick, fast absorption. And what this is the best immune boosting product I've ever seen. We have people who have cold sores or shingles and things like that, absolutely not expressing that virus any longer due to taking this on a daily dose. It also is the best inflammation fighting product I have ever seen. So you can expect to have fewer aches and pains. People who struggle with arthritis, neuropathy, this kind of a product is amazing for them. Some people have fewer migraines. It's incredible what we see happening on a daily basis when you put these two products into the body. And my favorite thing about it is that over time, over several months of use, you start to appear younger. You have more energy, more pep in your step, and people look like they've lost 10 or 15 pounds because of all this puffy stuff is leaving their body. Now, I don't have the bottle with me today, but I do have the capsules, and these are some nice white little capsules. That is our third product in the Sequel kit, and this is called Boost. Boost is a glutathione product. It's not just liposomal glutathione. It is also the dietary precursors to help you make glutathione, as well as some, aloe vera to make the cells supple and necessary minerals and vitamins to make sure that you can get it into the cells. What Boost does is it's that glutathione is the second most prevalent molecule in the human body, but as we start to age, our production of it goes down. And in fact, if we stop producing glutathione, we actually could not support life. So it is essential for a healthy aging human. Anybody who has a form of dementia or cardiovascular disease, levels of glutathione are suppressed in your body. And so we want to make sure that we are living life optimally to have maximum glutathione in our bodies. And so when we put this into the body, the glutathione that's in here gives us a shot that goes to work for about 15 minutes. It's dispersed and it's done its job. But then those dietary precursors come along and teach your body to make its own glutathione. So it is 4 to 7 times more prevalent around the liver. That's glutathione it is. Its main job is to support your liver. So when we are taking these first two products and getting rid of damaged cell organelles, especially GoVital, as it comes along after GoViva and it cleans up like a janitor, it binds to the free radicals, the toxins, the broken cell organelles, and moves them into the liver. And then if you have Boost that supports your liver, you have a much better time, because glutathione opens the detox pathways, and you have a much better chance of removing those harmful things out of the body. Now, if you're looking for an overall, shrinking of the waistline and a lightening and feeling really great, we add our fourth product, which is called the Basia Tea. And this, I always travel with this. I don't necessarily take it in a full dose when I travel, but if you are just starting with us, or maybe it's been a month since you've tried this, you've had some weddings, some celebrations and birthdays and graduations, it's a good thing to do a reboot or a recheck-in once a month. And that's where I like to use the Basia Tea, a minimum of 3 times in 1 week. And you do space it out over several days, but what it's going to do is a complete colon cleanse. And that's really, it's not necessarily some explosive thing happening, but I have had some clients tell me this is actually quite a euphoric thing. And that's because we actually can contain 5 to 15 pounds of compacted fecal matter in our intestinal tract that never ever leaves. And that's a problem. And when you get that buildup, it does suppress the production of, happy hormones. We can kind of feel down and blah and just uncomfortable. And when you release that, there is this lightening sensation, and we actually feel better mentally as well as physically. So, it also will help support the liver somewhat as you're going through this cleanse. So it's a great addition to these other 3 products. And you just want to make sure that you're drinking lots of water, and you're going to feel a lot better and find that you lose weight better, you have more energy, you sleep better, everything works better because you've gotten rid of stuff that you really should be getting rid of on a daily basis. So if you're going to go through all of that, why not make sure you have excellent hydration? And this is where the product K2O comes in. This is an electrolyte. So it has a blend of electrolytes in it. There are 7 minerals overall that make up the electrolytes, but there are many minerals out there that we have to have on a daily basis, but the electrolytes are a large dose of these minerals. For example, calcium is one of those things. And so what we want to make sure of is when we're taking an electrolyte, first of all, what it does is it increases hydration. It makes sure that even if you are drinking 3 or 4 liters of water, it doesn't necessarily mean your cells are getting hydrated. Sometimes you can actually pee out electrolytes and end up in a dehydrated state or just feeling off. If your electrolytes are off, you could experience heart palpitations and headaches and swelling and things like that. But if your electrolytes are balanced, those things are minimized and you feel better, you look better, your skin cells are nice and plump, you don't look dehydrated with pinched dry skin. And the thing that's really unique about this, it has a vitamin K2O or K2-7 in it, and what that vitamin does is it makes sure that calcium goes where it's supposed to go. So again, calcium is an electrolyte, but used only by itself, it doesn't always end up where we want it to end up, and it can actually lead to clumping, hardening, build up deposits in the arteries, which can cause issues with cardiovascular disease. So when you put vitamin K2-7 into the body at the same time as calcium, it directs that calcium into the bones. That's its job. And that's what this is doing. So it's going to improve your cardiovascular health as well as your bone density, which again, every aging person wants to make sure that they're taking care and having good bone health. This is our latest kit. It is here until August 25th. If you'd like to know how to get your hands on it, get back to the person who invited you to this group and they'll make sure that you know how to place your order.